Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Bowman here, and today we are playing our second episode of Baldur's Gate 2, Throne of Bhaal. And, disclaimer, if you hear any noise in the background, that is my cat playing with...
Shiny ones.
Yeah, kind of like him. That's my cat playing with a toy. Okay.
Shiny ones.
Okay. I'll stab you. Okay, anyway. We have to go up here.
Prepare to be eviscerated, fool.
You are one of us. You're one of the Bhaal spawn, aren't you? Oh, but you needed to worry about me. I'm dead. I'm a nobody. I grew up in a small farming village. I didn't even know what I was until they came for me. But I knew I was different. You can hear the screams at night, can't you? You can feel the blood of the murdered, how it flows all around you. 1,000 different planes and you're nothing but a solitary echo. But it's not terrible. It's inviting. It calls to you. And if you give in to it, if you offer your entire heart up to it, everything becomes crystal clear. 1 murder. 2. 1,000. That all becomes a part of you. I murdered 3 of the local girls until I was driven out. And then I went to the city. Murder was easier there, and I felt the call every night. You can taste life, you know, and it is divine. I can feel the same in you. I know you feel the call, and you surrender to it as I did, don't you? It's a power that we alone, the Bhaal spawn, can wield. And the only thing you need to fear is retribution.
Get down, everyone!
Pay for your sins!
You asked for it.
Frickin' pain. Taste like
You asked for it. My blade
like the look of this.
down south. My blade
a backhand of unfit. Scream.
Get down, everyone! Get down! Yes, get your ears unclear.
Time
Destruction
is up.
certain.
Green fire! Scream, right? Scream for mercy. You are a slippery one.
I don't like the look of this.
Feel the backhand of unfit.
you asked for it.
Get
I'll
for
show you a fight.
Scream
Get
for
down,
mercy.
everyone!
Time is up. Go for the eyes, fool. Go for the eyes. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's do this. Feel the backhand of unfit.
My blade
Justice shall be swift. Go for the eyes, fool. Go for this. Quick and scream. Scream for murder. Scream. Scream for mercy.
I'll hurt you if I have to. Things.
I carry too much as it is. Your item's on the ground.
I have had to drop what you get. I have only 2 arms and no more space.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Prepare to be eviscerated, fool.
So you survived retribution. I didn't, but then you know how to kill a lot better than I did. Strange thing is, the longer you survive, the more blood you have in your hands. There's never an end to the retribution. Or is there? Oh goodness. What's happening? Hello?
I hope this is good.
Sarfinar is good servant. Oh, yes!
The General is too busy to meet with the likes of these commoners. Move along and no one gets hurt.
These people represent the concerns of the entire town. Please, good soldiers, hear their case.
Our food is almost gone. Our children cry out in hunger. Your master must hear our pleas.
The plight of peasants is not Gromnir Ilkhan's concern. Stand aside, townsfolk.
If you know what's good for you, you'll all head back to your homes.
The army outside the city will surely kill us all. Your master cannot just turn his back on us.
Clear these gates. You won't get another warning.
Threats are not the answer here. Everyone stay calm and we can work together to find a solution.
Our orders are clear. Move these peasants along or we'll move them along ourselves.
No one do anything rash. Perhaps if we return later, when it is more convenient for Gromnir Ilkhan to see us.
No, Melisande. We will not be bullied this time. We will stay right here until they take us to Gromnir.
We demand to see Gromnir. Take us to Ilkhan.
There's just no reasoning with you people. You only understand the edge of a sword.
I told you to clear these gates. You brought this on yourselves!
No! Put down your weapons! This is not necessary! What's this? A child of Bhaal appears from nowhere? Impossible. Unless...
Intruders! Spies! The walls have been breached!
Slay the invaders! Attack!
No! Hold your weapons! These might be allies come to help!
Don't fall for their tricks! Kill them all, and let the gods sort them out. Run while you can!
I hope this is worth it. Slay the invaders!
Get down! Everyone! Move, please! Someone! Anyone! Victory! Destruction! Search!
Greetings, I am Melisande, a friend. Welcome to Saradush. I regret your first encounter in this town was so bloody.
How do you know my name? I've watched the events of your life quite closely, Soren, as I do with all the progeny of the Lord of Murder. I've seen many of your kin slain over these past months. You've been watching me. For what purpose? You might consider me to be a guardian, for want of a better term. I know the prophecies of Alundo. I know some feel they allude to the return of Bhaal to the realms. By taking an active interest in the fate of Bhaal's offspring, you and those like you hope to prevent the Lord of Murder from returning to the realms in any form. So you're just another person meddling in the fate of Bhaal's children. I do not know how you came to be here, Soren, but I fear you are now trapped here in Saradush like the rest of us. Trapped by who? Beyond the walls of Saradush awaits the army of Yagashura. They have laid siege to this town, seeking the death of all those who share your tainted blood. Is there any hope to stopping this slaughter? First you must deal with General Gromnir, the man who now runs the city of Saradush. Gromnir is also a child of Bhaal and is once a powerful general. I brought him and his loyal men here to protect Saradush and the many Bhaalspawn gathered here seeking sanctuary. But Gromnir is mad. He has barricaded himself in the castle throne room, and his troops run amok through the town with no regard for the lives and the rights of citizens of Saradush. I should break down the castle walls and slay this Gromnir for his cowardice. The actions of Gromnir and his soldiers have caused dissension within the town and made it almost impossible for the loyal Saradush militia to defend the walls. We must first defeat the enemy within before we can end this siege. You must find a way to get inside the castle to Gromnir. Perhaps you can reason with him, but I fear he is beyond reason. I am afraid you will have to kill the general to give Saradush any hope of surviving the siege. For the sake of the town, I will try to reason with this mad general. I may be difficult to find after this, Soren. The town suffers, and my hours are spent doing what I can for the people. If you have another question, I suggest you ask it now. I'd like to know who my enemies are. Could you tell me more about Yagashura? Yagashura is a Bhaalspawn, Soren, perhaps as powerful as yourself. He and his army will not rest until every child of Bhaal within these walls lies dead. Why is Yagashura killing all the other Bhaalspawn? Until you prove yourself, there are some secrets I must keep to guarantee the safety of the people I have sworn to protect. If you wish to save yourself from Yagashura, you will aid me regardless. I may be difficult to find. Okay. Can you offer any tips on getting into the castle? I can offer little advice in this matter. Gromnir's own mage makes approaching the gates hopeless. You will have to find another way in. I just pray one exists. One last thing. Any idea how long we have until the walls are breached? The siege could last a few days or a few months. Act quickly, Soren, and may fortune shine on your mission.
I carry too much as it is. Your items on the ground.
Okay. Give me a few minutes to sort of get my bearings here, and we'll figure out where to go from here.
The fair folk rarely have time for small talk.
Please help us. Gromnir's guards just won't leave us alone. I fear this can only end badly. Got some business with us? Think hard on this, because you don't want to have business with us. Leave these elves alone. They aren't bothering anybody. Figures. You find elves, you find elf lovers. Mind your own business and you won't get hurt. This is my business. Now back off or feel the wrath of a child of Bhaal. A Bhaalspawn. Look, we were just having some fun. We don't want no trouble with you. We ain't stupid. We'll leave the pointy ears alone. Thank you for saving us from those bullies. However, I'm afraid we may yet run into trouble with the soldiers of this town. We have nowhere to stay. We have no choice but to wander the streets. I fear we will soon run out of Gromnir's men once more. Perhaps I can find someone willing to take you in. We have no money, and the innkeeper turned us away because he feared our wives would draw unwanted attention from the soldiers. Who else would have the heart and the room to take us all in?
We are all heroes. You and Boo and I. Hamsters and rangers everywhere. Rejoice!
I hope this is worth it. I hope this is worth it.
What can it be now?
Countess Centelle. I know this is difficult for you, but you have to make a positive identification. Yes, he's the one, Matteo. He is the traitor. No, the Countess must be mad with grief. There must be some mistake. You are certain, Countess. There is no mistake? I am certain. Before my beloved son Ardic disappeared, he told me he had witnessed Matteo opening the gate. There, surely you now see my overzealous Captain Sam, and that your egregious accusations have needlessly vilified my impeccable character. Why are you doing this, Countess? I am Ardic's friend. Your son and I grew up together. Captain, I stringently demand you incarcerate this heinous felon immediately. You make no demands of me, Kisser Jairi? I fulfill my duties as I see fit. Men, take Matteo away and escort the Countess to her quarters. Yes, please take me away from this place.
What is it?
Well, Captain, am I free to go now? Is this travesty of justice, this witch hunt, this fiasco finally at an end? You're free to go, Kaiser. Get out of my sight. I'm in no mood to see your unscrupulous face right now. I suppose such abuse is the best approximation of an apology I can expect from an uncouth cretin such as yourself, Captain Simmond.
I hope this is worth it.
What? Oh, you must be the ones Melisande told me about. Just what our town needs. More ball spawn. My name is Captain Salmon, and I'm a very busy man right now. I need to ask you a few questions. Well, you better make it quick. I can't stay for long. I must see to the defense of the walls. Why did your soldiers drag that young man away? That? Oh, a most unpleasant matter. A few days ago, someone opened a secret gate into the town. Saradush could easily have been overrun. We just discovered the traitor was a young man named Matteo. You don't sound convinced. There's no doubt in my mind that someone betrayed us. The enemy came through a small sewer outlet that was protected by both a locked iron grate and several powerful magical wards. There's no way to open that entrance from the outside, but Matteo's a faithful soldier, not the type of man to betray Saradush. Maybe he didn't. Are there any other suspects? An alarm was raised, and my soldiers arrived only a few moments after the gate was opened. We found 3 people in the area: Matteo, Ardic Centelli, and the merchant Kaiser Jahiri. When we began our investigations, I strongly suspected Kaiser. He's a greedy, self-serving weasel who would sell his own mother if the price was right. What changed your mind? We didn't get a chance to complete our investigations. Ardic, the son of Countess Sentinelli, disappeared. He was... Really? Really think that's the best place for you? Sorry, everyone. There you go. Okay, hopefully that's working. I'll start over. We didn't get a chance to complete our investigations. Ardic, the son of Countess Centile, disappeared. He was our primary witness. Perhaps he is the culprit. Did you consider this? No, not him. Someone who didn't know better might think he was taking revenge for Gromnir's banishment of his father. But the Count was nothing but a cruel, violent bastard. Gromnir did him and the Countess a favor, and Arctic bears no ill will towards the town. Still, his disappearance is pretty suspicious. No, it isn't. He was taking his regular shift, manning the battlements. He wouldn't be the first taken by the enemy arrow or some foul spell, or maybe Matteo murdered him. Why do you suspect Matteo now? Our attention was focused on the vile Kaiser Jahiri, but we had no proof. Then the Countess told us that Arctic, her son, had implicated Matteo before he disappeared. It's a pretty weak case if you ask me. If you knew the Countess, you would know her word is beyond reproach, and she has nothing to gain from a lie. Matteo was our closest friend. Accusing him was very traumatic for her. Still, I have to admit, this does not sit well in my gullet. I was so sure Kaiser Jahiri was a culprit. To discover it was one of my own men, I'm shocked. So now you just sit back and wait for the executioner? Matteo will not be executed, not while we are under siege. The defense of Saradush is my first concern, but if I had more time I would investigate further. I just want to find the truth. Perhaps I could delve deeper into the matter for you. If you wish to investigate further, I will not stand in your way. Speak to Matteo in his cell. The jailer will let you see him. Thanks for the information. I'll be going now. What you do is your own concern. I must away to aid the defense of Saradush.
I hope this is worth it.
Come on. Let's go whack something evil.
I'm
Something
willing.
on your mind?
Can't you see I'm busy guarding the jail? I don't have time for your yammering. Captain Salmon said I should speak to the prisoner, Matteo. Captain Salmon, why didn't you say so? I'll lock the door for you, and you can come and go as you please. Who are you? Are you here to further torment me, to heap more scorn upon my head? My name is Soren. I think you've been framed. Praise Joaquin, someone who believes me. I cannot understand why she would falsely accuse me. She is a good woman. When I was growing up with Arctic, her son, she was like a second mother to me. Maybe the merchant Kaiser Jahiri is involved? I do not know if Kaiser is involved, but if he is, the Countess herself may be as in much danger as I am. Kaiser is devious, and maybe he has some hold over her. The Countess did seem to be acting strangely when she spoke to Captain Salmond. At first I thought it was grief over Arctic's loss, but now I think there may be something more sinister afoot. I regret that there is nothing more I can tell you. You must speak to the Countess at her home to find the reasons behind her actions.
I hope this is worth it. This is worth it. I hope this is worth it.
Please, I have nothing to say to you. Please, my lady, I've spoken with Mateo. Oh, Mateo, forgive me, I had no choice. I could not bear to lose my son. How does accusing Mateo of treason and murder help your son? I was forced to do this by Kaiser. He has kidnapped my boy, Arctic. He said if I accused Mateo, he would return my son to me. But now he has gone back on his word. He says he will keep my son to guarantee my silence. I fear the worst. I fear that Kaiser has no intention of ever returning my son. What a snake. What treachery. Kaiser Jahiri must face the wrath of justice. No, Kaiser must not be harmed, I beg you. He is the only one who knows where my son is. So what would you have me do? I don't know what to do. I wish Mateo to be free. I wish Kaiser to be punished, but most of all, I just want my son. I wish my son was safe by my side. Poor Mateo, he's alone in the world, as Minsk was before Boo found him. Yes, Boo, you are right. As heroes, we must befriend the friendless. We must help the helpless. We must de-accuse the accused. Well, you get the idea. I have little to reward you with, but perhaps you could go to Kaiser's home and speak with him. Maybe somehow you can convince him to release my son. Is there anything else you can tell me? I have nothing else I can tell you. Please, go to Kaiser's home and speak with him.
I hope this is worth it.
Interlopers in my abode? Perhaps you have mistaken this edifice for an establishment of commerce. I assure you, you are mistaken.
If you vacate these premises forthwith, I shall exonerate you for the transgression of your intrusion. I have some questions for you. I'm at a distinct disadvantage. You have the privilege of knowing my appellation, yet your own moniker remains something of an enigma. I'm Soren. I want to ask you about Mateo. A sorrowing circumstance, to be sure. Who could have conjectured that Mateo was a traitor? Save it, Kaiser. Countess Sentinelli told me you kidnapped Arctic. So the Countess has violated her covenant of discretion. Before you vault to serious conclusions, however, I suggest you hear my exegesis in the insinuating circumstance, child of Bhaal. Ah, your visage register surprised me. Did you presume I did not know both your identity and ancestry long before you stumbled into my dwelling? I present you with an offer, Bhaal spawn. We are two of a kind, you and I. I admit I abducted Arctic, and even one of the dullest faculties can deduct from this that I am also the one responsible for opening the gate, though ultimately my initial plan did not see fruition. This town is doomed regardless of my actions, and I only sought to argument my own capital before the inevitable denouement of the siege. I can offer a similar abundance of riches to you. Sorry, not interested. You must hear the particulars before you repudiate my proposal. The defenses of Saradush are bolstered by the enchantments by the mage Erond. I intend to eradicate Erond's contributions, thus expediting the eventual subjugation of the town. You mean you're going to kill him off? Inelegant, yet precisely accurate. If you exterminate the enchanter Erond, I will reveal Arctic's hidden location, and I am certain his mother will reward you most handsomely upon their reunion. Killing wizards is our business. Alternatively, the Countess could be forcibly compelled into a more permanent silence, given her propensity to disseminate potentially damaging information. I would pay handsomely for that service. Wow, you want almost everyone dead, don't you? I leave the choice to you, Soren. Kill Erond and recoup compensation from the Countess for liberating Arctic, or silence the Countess, and I will remunerate you and kill Erond myself in due time. Do we now have a full understanding of the situation? May I rely on your absolute cooperation in this matter? What's to stop me from telling Captain Salmon what I know? Without some proof, no one would believe your tale, and it would be extremely detrimental to the health of Arctic. So what's to stop me from killing you now? You might make the attempt, but my death will not bring gain to anyone involved. I suggest you save your violent impulses for other individuals. Erend comes readily to mind. Boo does not trust this Kaiser, Soren Merrick. See how his nose twitches? Something smells about this, and it is not stinky clouds from Boo's furry backside. Return only once your task is done. Until then, we have nothing further to discuss. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we'll leave it there. So on the next episode, we will try and see if we can help out this woman and find her son. So yeah, thanks for joining me on episode 2 of Baldur's Gate 2, The Throne of Bhaal. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.